Shataka Black, still alive. Slow down a little, They tried to keep me sleeping a little longer. I wonder why. Yesterday I had to stop because they tried to start confusion in our house. Then I know it's them. See, as long as you know that it is them, it's like you know how to not allow them to use you to make anything blow up, And that means the other person will not be able to use the other person the way they want to, Because my henna cannot use me. So we have to be as puppets, and they are putting on a show. And they will pull someone, and that one will be the star of the show, maybe. And then that one is the one will start the show. And the word start is star. So I say that is the star of the show. Although the show is always about me, because I am the prime target, because I know they bitch asses. No. I had to stop. Because they tried to bring confusion and I did not allow it to happen. So for some reason this morning they tried to keep me asleep longer. But that's fine too. Maybe I needed to sleep. Some things I look at as a good thing. Now, yesterday I stopped somewhere. And at the end I said, I began to name all of these crackers. That's what they call them in Florida. They call them crackers. In Chicago, they are called hunkies. And it's just so many of them, because I did not mention Alfred Gray and Jim Jones and all the Terry Marines. They create all these programs and all these people who write these books to make you think that they are for you. And they are targeted too or whatever, and they are not. They are only for monies because that's what you get from your books. Money, royalties, or whatever the fuck. Roy is in the word desTrOY. It is the root word of royal. So they get royalties. Royalties now, I guess it's money. Also, I coughed and I forgot. I tell you, I know they do that shit. And then, now they fuck my life up so they can use the cough. So now they have me smoke, right? Because I was not smoking before this shit happened. But if I don't smoke, I will slap the shit out of these bitches. And not like the people next door. If I was not smoking, I'd be in prison. See, and why would I go to prison for such a petty ass thing? So I prefer to smoke, and sometimes I think them creating a program for me to start back smoking was a good thing. It saved my life. Although people say it will ruin my life, it won't ruin my life in prison. Going to prison for a motherfucker that ain't worth it. But there are motherfuckers worth me going to prison for. All the black road cops in Florida. His name was, damn, you go up into it starts with a C. Chambers. That's what his name was. His name was Chambers. Isn't that a bitch? Wow. Even when I saw his name on the paper, I knew these motherfuckers were about to hang me. But I thought I had people that will be there to stop the hanging. And that's when they say, silly, wasn't I? You know that song? Wasn't I silly to think you were my guy or some shit like that? I know I'm out tune because I cannot sing. And if I sing in that tune, if you are watching, whether you are creepy crawly, I can even hurt the robot. If I sing in the tune, then it comes in. But I know The name of the song is called Silly. And she says, silly wasn't I to think that someone had my back. Well, not one Hebrew. Not one Hebrew. They had my children so cloned out, so tough. I had 2 children that they left behind. They were in Florida with me. My other children were here in California, where there are 5 gun towers, by the way. So, my son Samson, he didn't have a job. He could have come. He did not want to wake up. They used to keep him asleep all the time. I did not know what was going on. But I do remember my son turning 21 and telling us what they did to him in the hospital, dealing with blood and stuff like that. I remember that. I remember that day. Oh, yes. I remember it well. And then they kept him asleep all the time. See, Samson, when he was born, Samson was born with a blood infection, and that was due to my dumbass. I know I was not supposed to eat meat. I had not eaten meat since I was 4 months. Tried to sneak some of Elishama's steak. I koshered it and everything. I ate his steak and I ate it all. I didn't leave him any. You know, no one ate it but me. The children could not cook a steak. And before Elishama could get in from work, this big red bump came in between my eyes. So, when Elishama came home, you can't believe he noticed it. And I just had to tell him that I ate his steak. I was 4 months pregnant. I was not supposed to eat meat. The reason you don't eat meat when you're pregnant is because it can give you diarrhea and other things, you know. Not diarrhea, making you constipated. I even had to leave my french fries alone. French fries is my favorite food. I had to leave them alone. But I ate the steak. So now I'm almost ready to have Samson, maybe another 6-7 weeks or something. And we moved to LA. And we go to this place. And it's like an event, you know? And they have sheep. Lamb was sheep. And it looked like ribs. And I've never had sheep before. Although I was pregnant and knew I was not supposed to eat that shit, I ate it anyway, and I was so greedy at eating it. They put it on my children's plate, but I did not want my children to eat it. But I wanted more of it. It was sheep. I had never ever had sheep. And what did Frankie say? Whooped my ass for? She whooped my ass because I ate a possum. It was the ribs. It was Crystal. I love Crystal. Well, the people I babysit for all the time, you know, she cooked possum one day and they ate it. I ate it. I came upstairs and told her, oh, I was so excited. When I came upstairs and I came back home, it was like, wow, Mama, wow, I had some possum and it was good. Oh, wow, the possum was so good. I got my ass whooped. Frankie J said I had eaten a rat. But I ate squirrel before too. But I guess because my folk ate squirrel, you know, like when I go to Kentucky, you know, my cousins, my auntie, they eat squirrel. Anyways, I ate that goddamn lamb or sheep, whatever the fuck it was. I know it was sheep. And I began to burp that night, and my burps smelled like shit. My burps had never smelled like shit before, and I knew it was that meat that did it. And then I had so much to do. because in a sense of a way we were kind of homeless, you know. Not homeless on the street or homeless being stressed, you know, not like that. But you know, you go somewhere and you stay with someone, you know, like that. Everything's fine and dandy, but we are still looking for our own place. And it was Elder Uriah who did that for me. That's why I could not understand why Elder Uriah would turn on me the way he did. I know Elder Uriah. If I know no one, I know Elder Uriah. And I have much respect for Elder Uriah. My grandbaby name is even Uriah. His name is Uriah David. And I think Elder Uriah's name is David Uriah. Yeah. So in a sense of a way, I had him named after Elder Uriah. Everyone was in agreement for him to be named Uriah. So now, well, I was in a shelter, you know, but a really good shelter, not like shelters today, nowhere near shelters today. And my water bag broke. It could have broke because I was doing so much and lifting and moving and this and that. And my water bag broke. And it broke that morning. I had no pain whatsoever, none, all day long. And then there was Elder Joshua, okay? He was like a midwife, but he was a male and there were no female midwives around. So he told me that, I got in touch with him and he told me that I really needed to go to the hospital, you know, because he was a male midwife and there were no female midwives around. He could not deliver my baby like that. So we go to the hospital and my water bag started leaking 9 o'clock somewhere. I know I called him in 9ish. I called it Elder Joshua. And I got to the hospital about 11. And I went in the Yahweh car. We had Yahweh cars. They come pick our children up at school too. They were white cars. They had Yahweh name on them. And all day and there, all day. And someone went to put some form of medicine there. It was to induce my labor. And I was still there all day. And then about, I guess, you know, they changing up the guards at 12 o'clock. There was this little young girl. She comes in, melanated girl. She looks at my chart and everything. She looks at me and she is not a doctor. She looks at me and she says, "You've been here all day." I said, "Yes." She said, "You've been hooked up to this machine all day, whatever it is called." And she probably said machine, I don't know. She pointed to it and I said, "Yes." And she went to it and she said, "Now wonder, this thing is broke." So my mind automatically goes to, did all these pink people try to actually kill my baby? To hook me up to something broke? However, she began to do everything, so I just let that go out of my mind, because once she hooked that damn thing up, wow, I began to feel pain, really. So I had to focus on that, because I did not want to scream and holler and no. But so now I have sense, and maybe around 1 o'clock, okay? Which when I got to the hospital, like at 11-ish, the doctor did say my son will be born around 1 o'clock. Now, before I am hooked up to everything, you know, you go in there and they put this thing on your stomach to hear the baby's heartbeat. They thought I was having twins. They thought, because they heard 2 heartbeats. And they thought, well, maybe the 2 heartbeats, one is mine and one is my son's. They said no. And no one knew that he was a son. Me and Alicia just said he was a son. And Grady was his son because we always called him Samson. So after they hooked me up and everything, they really seemed to appear to be so very interested in me. Even though I lay there, no pain, no nothing, no, my baby moving, that I know. Hear the heartbeat, and they were so concerned about the 2 heartbeats. So they wanted to do this thing where they can go into my womb, like take a picture. I had never had that before, so I told them no, just no. I mean, life, it actually equals that. You come here, you live so long, who knows how long. Sometimes you come here, you are stillborn. As soon as you get here, you say, no, I don't want to be here, let me die. Oh, I made a great mistake. I don't want to be here, let me die. I'm not, making fun, because some people have stillborn babies. No. If he died, he died. But I did not want a picture of my stomach like that. I didn't know about it, and that's why. I really did not know anything about it. So, okay, so now the melanated girl comes in. Around 1 o'clock, I get ready to have Samson. No. The doctor say, when you feel a contraction, push. So, Samson is my first son too. So, when I feel a contraction, I say, Yahweh! Because my Abba said that our children, that is the first thing our children are supposed to hear. And so I said that. And after I had him, Elisha must say, wow, you can hear Yahweh's name bounce off the walls. It was echoing. And that little boy's name is Echo. That means everyone could hear him. Wow. No. You could hear Alistair Crowley come through that little boy. I'm telling you. The one they had with the 3 teenagers killed the 3 boys, or street theater or hoax, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I will be back. Now he votes.